skills and experience to provide your solutions.
How would you use 80,000, 280, or even 2.8
of those who are about to serve? And Master Corporal Armin Dollawall joins us now. You joined the Canadian Armed Forces in 2019. You're now obviously a member of the Argylls and Highlanders.
That is correct. First of all, good morning and thank you for having me. I joined in 2019 with the Grand Simcoe Foresters in Barrie, and now I'm currently with the Argylls and Southern Highlanders in Hamilton.
And the Argylls is a reserve unit, infantry unit, but you're in one of the odd roles where you're working there full-time.
Correct. So I have, my full-time job is to train new soldiers and just work full-time so that I can help start courses and train new soldiers.
And what kinds of things do new soldiers get trained in?
So their first course that they'll get into is their basic military qualification. There's a couple options for them. It's mainly done on the weekends from September till about March, and so they'll get trained on drill and how to use a rifle and a couple other cool trinkets like CBRN, where they learn how to wear gas masks and bunny suits.
So these are the reservists then that we see kind of oftentimes parading through Hamilton, training in Hamilton and Grimsby as well.
Yes.
But they also do cold weather training.
Yes, they do. So we're moving into the colder months now. So we're going into our cold weather operator course where they'll learn how to survive in the Arctic and colder weathers.
Okay, and you got to do that when you were in Barrie.
Yes, so Grand Simcoe Foresters they're really into going to the Arctic, so I learned a lot from them, but I did my course with the Argylls when they came here. But it's the same course. We learned how to sleep in 10-man tents. I got to a separate course that I did was the LOSV, which is our snowmobile course, and that was a pretty fun course too.
I can imagine, I can imagine. So what made you get into the reserves?
So originally I had some friends who joined, and then that was during school, and then I found out I had the opportunity to be in school and still be a part of the Army, and eventually once school was done I found out that there were full-time opportunities within being in the reserves, and I've been just doing those, going away for like taskings where I was in Kingston, Wainwright, or Gagetown, or even deployments such domestically where Op Laser for COVID, and then Op Nook up in Cambridge Bay, and then an international deployment with on Op Unifier.
Okay, so was that in Ukraine then, or you were working with Ukraine?
We were working with the Ukrainians, but I was personally in Poland.
Okay.
But it was to support the Ukrainians' efforts. And
I don't think a lot of people realize the benefits of being in the reserves as well. The pensions that's there, the chance for advancement, tuition paid for in some cases.
Yes, so there's a lot of benefits that way too, but in general, like, you have the opportunity to be a part of the civilian world and also the Army world, where you can, on weekends, you can go away and do cool exercises, shoot guns, and be able to work with a great group of people.
While doing your regular day job.
Yes, yeah. Just we have a lot of members that work 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and then sometimes show up for weekend exercises that we have, and parade nights on Wednesdays for us.
Well, what's the best thing for you being part of the reserves?
For me, it's the great people that I've met through these reserves. Once I moved from Barrie to Hamilton, it was still new to the area, but as soon as I joined the Argylls, I made a lot of friends and family now, and that's honestly one of the best parts about it. Camaraderie.
Yes. We'll both get it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, Master Corporal, thank you very much for sharing your message with us, and I know that Rick is speaking with another Argyll afterwards.
Yes.
Okay, we'll be back with more right after this.
Yeah, to our pool shop backyard forecast for today. We're looking at 3 degrees as the high today, so a little bit milder than yesterday. Flurries this morning, that should taper off, and we'll have a mainly cloudy.
You have a phenomenal story to tell in your early 20s. Why did you decide to join the Argyll and Southern Highlanders?
Well, when I was very young, I've been involved in Scouts for a large part of my life. I've also been always very interested in military history, specifically Army, and and when I was about 15, actually a friend of my dad's who is in the Army, he suggested I should join. I should get there. It's pretty much like Scouts, he said, so it's a lot of that.
So you're in Scouts Canada. You attended the World Jamboree, I believe it was 2019 in Virginia.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was a lot of fun. There was Scouts from over 152 countries there, and I got to go as part of the Canadian contingent, and I got a lot of fun activities, a lot of cool experiences to go there, and I think it led nicely into Army as well.
So that further emboldened your desire to serve for your country?
Yep, a lot of outdoor experiences too, and a lot of adventure.
What does a day like this mean to you?
Remembrance Day is a lot to me, right? It's a lot about remembering all the veterans, past, present, and looking forward into the future, and just remembering their sacrifice, right? And carrying on.
Yes. Tell us about fast cast training. I was reading a little bit about this. This is fascinating.
Yeah, so fast casting is a method of insertion for troops based on the water.
Okay.
So we had the opportunity to conduct our fast cast training in October on exercise Argyle Cougar. So we were on Lake Ontario with the Navy, and we were about 7 knots per hour, and then we would basically, on the insert, we would roll off of the side of the boat with all our fighting gear, all of our weapons, and we'd swim to shore. So the final time we practice it, rolling into the water, you have your rucksack in front of you, your big bag, it's floating in front of you, and we swam like 400 meters or so to shore. And then you got to carry on get after that.
What's that like, even from a mental standpoint?
It's a bit challenging, but it's really fun. Like, it's an opportunity. Like, not a lot of people get to do that. So, like, when I got to try that out and I got to train like that, that was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
You're also at Mohawk College, and you're in game design.
Yes.
This is pretty cool. What are you designing?
Lots of things right now. Mostly working on some game jams, stuff like that. So every year we have, or every semester rather, we have a game jam where every semester of our college comes together, and you have 5 days, make a game, start to finish pretty much. It could be kind of a rough prototype, but you have all sorts of things like audio assets, animations, even coding and stuff like that.
One of the things you are designing or working on is a simulator that could potentially be used by the military maybe one day?
That's mostly a future goal of mine. Not yet, but I would like to at some point. I think that'd be rather interesting or even just a video game with some Canadian soldiers in it, just to get some more representation there.
I'm sure there's parents or grandparents, grandkids, children watching this broadcast thinking, is a future in the military for me? What would your recommendation be?
I'd say yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Lots of fun, lots of good people as well. Some of the people I work with are the closest friends I've got now. They are very great, very great.
Did you ever imagine you'd be here on a day like this with the Argyle and Sutherland Islanders?
Not really, no. But as soon as I got offered, I was told, hey, do you want to go speak on CHCH? I was like, oh, yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to.
What are your future goals and ambitions?
I'd like to at some point, probably in the future, go on a leadership course like Master Corporal Dollywall. I'd like to maybe end up in a position like him someday. But the right now goal is just like keep working on myself, get better at what I do. I got to be able to be as good as I can at what I do before I start teaching others how to follow.
When you did decide to join, what was the reaction from family and friends? Were they surprised? Were they supportive?
They were all very, very supportive. Like, I think my dad kind of knew. He was like, yeah, he's going to want to do this. So they were all very, very happy.
And is Scouts Canada, just going back to that, is that a good entry point for someone who is wishing to get into the Canadian Armed Forces?
I would say, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of like rigidity at the start. Where it's like you start to, you're wearing a uniform.
Sure.
It's not as fancy as this, obviously, but it's still a uniform. You got to wear it, right? And you still learn a lot of experiences, right, about being outside, right? So I actually thank Scouts, like being cold, right, and then going on a cold weather operator course, like Master Corporal Dollywall said, and just like, okay, this is kind of familiar already. Like, I've done this before.
What are your responsibilities here today?
Here today, well, obviously I'm on an interview right now. I gotta speak about this, but a little after, Master Corporal Dollywall and I, we're going to probably tour around a little bit. We're going to check out the museum here, and we're going to just kind of be here.
How often do you get to a place like this?
The Warplane Museum specifically? Not often. I live in Burlington, so it's not in my daily route a lot, but I've been here before. It's very nice. I like it a lot.
So you're doing this, you're at Mohawk College as well. Talk about balancing the two.
I mean, well, with one exercise a month, it is still very maintainable. School 5 days a week, right? You have most of your weekends, so you still, if you need that crunch time for homework, you can get that in. But one exercise a month, it's very doable.
Corporal Scott, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for your service as well.
Thank you.
More Morning Live coming up after the break.
This program brought to you in part by Smart Shutter Canada. Whether you're seeking privacy, energy savings, or style and elegance, our huge selection of window treatments has you covered.
Did you start the claim with TD Insurance yet? Ooh, a Blue Jay.
Yep, just one.